Good morning and welcome to day 2 of our glorious adventure. How are you this morning? I personally am not doing too bad, which was a wee bit of a surprise. Yes, good morning. Let me just get myself organised. Today is Sunday, the 3rd of October 2021, and so far the weather has changed quite a bit since yesterday. Sorry I didn't come back and do a dark side or anything like that, but I ended up meeting Mick and Jackie pretty much for all intents and purposes after I'd actually moored up. And we ended up having a good few pints in the pub. Had a lovely meal as always. You really cannot go wrong with the Acle Bridge Inn just over there. It is absolutely spot on. Although I was slightly surprised that the menu was so reduced. I'm assuming it's because of most likely it'll just be supply restrictions, supply problems, you know, so they can't offer the full menu. But yeah, that was a wee bit of a shame. But I still got my lasagna. That's the main thing, as long as I got my lasagna. I was going to try something else, but like I say, because the menu restrictions were such, there wasn't really much else that I fancied. One or two things, but I decided to just stick with lasagna, especially since I was in company with Mick and Jackie last night. And oh my, did we drink a wee bit too much last night for sure. It was pretty full on, definitely. But yeah, we had a great night with Mick and Jackie, and then I came back to the boat, and it was quite late by the time I came back, and I just thought, you know, I pretty much crashed. I had been up since 2 o'clock in the morning in order to make the journey down here. I'd pretty much not had eaten anything all day. I'd then gone out, had a lovely meal, a few too many beers, and by the time I got back to the boat, about 10, half 10, I was wasted. I was crashed, absolutely just crashed. So I basically fell into bed, and that was me zoned. So yeah, sorry I didn't come back, but it was indeed a great night, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The question today though is, what am I going to do today? And to tell you the truth, I'm still in a bit of a conundrum about that. I really am unsure. The weather currently, you know, I don't know if you can see the flag, you know. The weather currently at the moment is very calm. Not actually that cold, but it is overcast. There's a few sort of spots here and there showing a little bit more brightness, but yeah, for the most part, it's actually a lovely morning. However, it is due to change later. The wind is supposed to be picking up again, and it's supposed to get quite strong. We're going to have rain showers, heavy rain showers later on. Later on in the week, we're going to have a full-on torrential rain day. I think that's maybe tomorrow. We're going to have a full-on torrential rain day. Yeah, it's just going to be completely not nice. Currently, the tide is still coming in up here. It is currently high tide down at Great Yarmouth, and the tide should be starting to turn in the next half hour down there. So the question really does beg, what do I want to do? In theory, today is a nice day. I can get down to Great Yarmouth for the tide dropping, slip under the bridges and get into the Southern Broads. Today is not the problem. The problem comes from later this afternoon for the next 3 days at least. and I'm wanting to come back up here on Tuesday. I'll need to come back up here on Tuesday, and the weather on Tuesday is looking, yeah, not good at all. Once again, I'm not really too concerned about making the crossing myself. I am more concerned about trying to moor in high winds. I totally did it wrong yesterday, and I paid the price for that. And thank God, Fair Marquis was, is it Fair Marquis? Fair, oh no, it's a new one, it's Fair Aristocrat. Oh, well, thank God Fair Aristocrat was there to give me a hand, because I was starting to panic a wee bit. But yes, that's my problem, you know. I don't have a problem with the travelling in the bad weather. I'm thinking more about mooring up, and the weather's not going to be nice. It's going to be pretty full on. I'm just by myself. It can get very sort of open, you know, and not sheltered down there. So yeah, I am really uncertain as to what to do. So it's going to be a bit of a probably a last minute decision. I'm kind of thinking I might just end up having stay safe, you know, just stay in the Northern Broads. It's a bit more sheltered, and there are places I can go where, if need be, you know, to get away from the wind, you know, places like Neatishead, or, you know, XII, or you know, maybe into Ludham, you know, somewhere where, you know, where the trees can shelter me from the wind, making it easier to moor up. You know, I don't need to worry so much about open areas with high crosswinds. I don't need to worry too much about drastic tidal drops, you know. So yeah, it is all a wee bit sort of uncertain. A day like this, I would literally go south in a heartbeat in this, because this is perfect weather, you know. But like I say, I'm thinking about later on in the week, and I'm very unsure as to what to do. So yeah, we will have to kind of figure that out at the moment. I can't go anywhere at the moment, because like I say, the tides are too high at Great Yarmouth at the moment. I don't particularly want to lower my screens, especially if the wind's going to start picking up down there this afternoon. So I'm going to need at least 8.5 feet clearance, and yeah. I've probably got about an hour. I think I've got about an hour to decide. I mean, the time is currently about 8 o'clock in the morning, so I've got about an hour to decide one way or the other. What am I going to do, and where am I going to go? Am I going to stay north, or am I just going to bite the bullet, go south like I want to do, and just sort of take it from there? It's it wouldn't be a problem if the weather was like this, you know. It wouldn't be a problem, you know. I'm just concerned about, you know, how it's going to change later, you know. And boy, it changed yesterday afternoon, you know. It got pretty bad. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, you know. Anyway, right. So before I start rambling, which I'm too late, I'm going to go now. Get myself, finish off my much needed cup of coffee. Actually, it's a much needed cup of tea. I discovered that coffee doesn't last for 2 years when sitting in a tub, you know. So yeah, I thought I had more coffee than I did, but yeah, what coffee I had ended up to be like, so I need to get coffee. Thank God for tea though, you know. Still get my caffeine fix. Right, okay, so I'm going to go away, get myself organised, figure out what the hell I'm going to do today, because I really do not know. And yeah, just sort of take it from there. So yeah, welcome to day 2, and let's see where the day takes us. So I'll keep you informed of any and all events of the day. So until later, I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. I am on my way. I have started day 2 and I have made a decision, and it will probably end up being the wrong decision and I will probably kick myself later, but I have decided, at least for the time being, to keep this a northern adventure. which is slightly annoying because I really do try to get down south as much as possible, and I really enjoy going down south. And I had hoped to visit Beccles, maybe Alton Broad. I wanted to go down the River Shet again, and I also even thought about maybe going up to Bramerton, to that place, the Water's Edge. You know, there were lots of places I wanted to try and either revisit or try new. And yes, I really wanted to get down south. But and although it's a wonderful, lovely day for journeying down south, I cannot deny the fact that the weather over Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday is not looking good. It's not looking good at all, especially Tuesday, which is when I've been toying with coming back up north. It's looking pretty bad, you know. And like I say, I'm not really concerned about, you know, cruising in high winds or going across Braden when it's choppy, because I like doing that when it's choppy. You know, it's a bit of fun, you know, just bouncing all over there and getting some wave action, you know, it's great fun. But I am concerned about mooring, and there's no denying the fact that even though I admit I put my hands up and I did it wrong, I should have gone to the free moorings on the other side, that might have been a bit better for me. But yeah, it was just, you know, Thunder is a big boat, you know, she's like 43, 44 foot long, you know, she's a heavy boat, you know, she's very planted in the water. But when you're doing it solo, you have to take into consideration, you know, you have to be safe, you have to think about these things, you know, and decide, you know, in extreme weather, you know, well, it's not like it's going to be extreme weather, but if it's going to be quite windy, you know, will you be able to manage it? If I end up, I mean, yesterday was probably an exception to the rules, you know. It's not often you actually have moorings available to you on both sides of the river. Usually it's just one side or that's it, you know. Or it's a stern-on mooring, which I do know from previous experience that when you do a stern-on mooring in wind or heavy current, you know, it can really catch the bow of this boat because she's so long, and can really, you know, and even stern-on moorings can be a bit of an issue at times. So yeah, I have decided to play it safe, basically, and just stay north. If the weather changes, you know, and if it sort of calms down a wee bit, or you know, the weather picks up, you know, I decide, you know, actually it's not actually that bad, you know, I've still got time to make the journey down. But the thing is that although I can get down, the other thing is that I'm going against all rules, you know. I would actually have to punch against the tides. Low tide doesn't happen till late this afternoon, so I would have to go down pretty much as the tide's dropping from high tide, and that happens even later in the week, you know. So it would mean that my crossing would have to be much later in the day. And I don't know, it's you know, the tide times were not ideal, the weather conditions are not ideal, you know. I'm just myself, you know, and yeah, it just wasn't looking good. So I've decided to stay north. So I'm sorry there's no southern action like I had originally hoped on this trip. If the weather had been better, you know, like this, I would have been perfect. It wouldn't even have been an issue. But like I say, heavy rain, high winds, strong, very strong gusts. You know, we're gusting up to about 40 miles an hour at various points. So, and regular gusts of up to 30 miles an hour. You know, so yeah, I've just decided, you know, I'm going to play it safe. You know, I'm just better safe than sorry. I'm just going to stay north where it's a little bit more sheltered, you know, and I've got more mooring opportunities. And yeah, if the weather gets really bad, you know, I can just sort of maybe stay a couple nights or not go very far or whatever. So yeah, I've decided to, at least for the day, you know, take it easy, stay north, assess the situation, either later today, because that's when the wind's supposed to be picking up, or Monday and Tuesday. You know, if Tuesday comes and it's like, well, what happened to the weather? You know, the weather wasn't supposed to, you know, I've still got time. I can still dive down for a couple of days. So yeah, I mean, it's only Sunday, it's only day 2, you know. I do have the options, you know, but yeah, I think today I'm just going to take it easy, chill for a wee bit, stay north, stay safe, you know. At least I've got places I can go, so that I can handle the boat mooring up, you know. And I think that's really the only real issue that I've got at the moment. It's not really the weather, it's not really cruising in the bad weather, and like I say, it's not even a rough crossing across Braden, because I really like that. It's more mooring up and crosswinds on Braden, because yeah, I mean, there have been incidences where the wind's been excessively strong, and you know, it's pushed the boat no through. They've not done anything wrong, the wind's just pushed them clean outside the markers and they've got beached. I don't think that would happen to me, because I would know a wee bit more about, you know, trying to, you know, like, steer into the wind and, you know, what have you, you know. But let's be honest here, I've only a 50 horsepower engine, and it's probably enough to overcome just gusts of 40 miles an hour. But once again, I'm by myself, I have to take that into consideration, you know, and yeah, so I've decided to stay north, at least for the time being. And there's plenty of places to go, there's plenty of places to enjoy, you know. I maybe didn't get an opportunity to sample, because I've pretty much been, well, actually maybe 1 or 2 places that I've not been, you know. Could I get under Wroxham Bridge? Now there's a thought. I've never been under Wroxham Bridge. Maybe I should take the opportunity to try and get under Wroxham Bridge. That might be a possibility, you know. That might actually be a very strong possibility, actually. Because up by the Coltesol area, you know, it would be, yeah, there's it's supposed to be really nice up there. There's some really nice places up there, and oh, oh, excuse me. Yeah, there's supposed to be some really nice places up at Coltesol, and yeah, it's supposed to be very, very good. And we actually, Thunder Syndicate actually has an agreement with the bridge pilot at Wroxham Bridge. So although I am a private boat, I can actually use the bridge pilot to go under Wroxham Bridge if I didn't feel confident or about taking the boat under myself, you know. And theoretically I should be able to take Thunder under myself, but let's also be sensible and reasonable here. Wroxham Bridge is, it's not the height of Wroxham Bridge, it's the arch. The arch is the problem, you know, and you know, Wroxham Bridge gets hit quite a lot, you know, by people, you know, not doing it correctly. So I think the first time I go on the Roxton Bridge, I would probably use the pilot, you know, just to get a sense of what he's doing and how to do it, and you know, maybe get some tips from the pilot about doing it, you know. But yes, that is one possibility. You know, I've not been up to Coastal, you know, so we shall wait and see, you know. So yeah, at the moment I've just left Acle. The time currently is that 8:30? No, it's 9:30. Time is currently 9:30. And I'm heading up the River Bure, and I have no idea where I am going to go today. No idea whatsoever. So yeah, I'll just have to wait and see. You know, I've literally just fired up the engine, done my engine checks, fired up the engine, taken the ropes off, and just like, that's a decision made. I'm staying north. I'm going, you know, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm staying north and I'm going up the river, but where am I actually going? I have no idea. I'm just straight, you know, so it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I have no idea where I am going at the moment, but yeah, well, let's see where it takes you. Okay, so I'm going to go away, have a wee think, and try to decide what, try to come up with some sort of ideas for the week, and where I'm going to go and what we're going to do, and yeah, just sort of take it from there. But I will keep you updated on the events of the day. So until later, I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. I have just made that turn at the foot of the River Thurn, and I am continuing up the River Bure. And I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go up the River Ant, I think, today. And because I do like the River Ant. It's lovely wee bit of river. I should get under Ludham Bridge quite easily, with luck, you know. But we will have to assess the Ludham Bridge situation. I don't really want to go and put my screens down, but if need be, I can do that, you know, and get under the bridge. But I'm going to go up the River Ant, I think, slip under the bridge, and then I will have two choices. Well, actually, I'll probably have three choices in possibly. I can go to Neatishead and the White Horse, try something from their Oktoberfest menu that I talked about yesterday. I could go up to the Sutton State Hotel, or I could maybe even go up to Ludham. I've never really been up to Ludham, although that would require me getting out the rond anchors, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that by myself successfully. I've never really used the rond anchors before, but that's a possibility. I don't know, you know. But I think I'm definitely going to go up to the River Ant today. I'm going to take a nice short cruise, take it easy, go up there, you know, enjoy a little scenery, enjoy the nice weather, well, the calm weather at the moment, and yeah, just sort of see where the journey takes me from there, and just sort of just basically chill and relax and take things easy, you know. Still a wee bit disappointed that I've decided not to go south, and I keep thinking, you know, about turning around and heading back down, you know. But yeah, you know, we'll wait and see. We shall see in a couple of days if that was a good call or not. I do know that if I do stay north, there are still opportunities and possibilities. I think I mentioned yesterday that I'd quite fancy going to Potterheim and staying overnight, because there are a couple of places up there. There is also the ferry end down at Stokes Bay. I've not been there for quite a wee while, so I could always go back down there. There's also another place down in that area, and it was actually the first place that I ever went to on my first night, on my first time on board, which means that it's been a long time since I've been there, and it's called the Hermitage. And you basically moor at Acle again, and it's about a 5-minute walk from there down to it, and yeah, I could possibly go there and revisit that place, since it's been a long time. So there are places that I can actually visit that I've not been to for a while, but I think at the moment I'm just going to potter around the Northern Broads and just sort of see where the adventure takes me, you know. Maybe not turned into quite the exuberant, wide-ranging trip that I had hoped, but yeah, we'll just sort of take it easy, you know, and see what happens, as they say, you know. But everything's going good so far, you know. The wind is, well, it's not really wind, there is a slight breeze picking up now, you know, but yeah, it's good, it's good. I'm actually quite enjoying it, you know, and we'll just see where the day takes us from there, and see what happens, so to speak, and yeah, that's the update so far. I've decided, at least for the moment, to go under to go up the River Ant and under Ludham Bridge, and that might change. I might get up to Ludham Bridge, and you know, because it is currently high tide at the moment, so the possibility of squeezing under the bridge might be a wee bit of an issue at the moment, but we'll take it, you know. That's one of the good things about, you know, cruising on the rivers, you know. You don't need to, I mean, I come down with ideas and, you know, thoughts and, you know, things I would like to do, you know, but I'm very open to plan changes, you know, and sort of see how things sort of go and progress, and adjust my plans, so to speak, you know, be flexible, you know. That's the thing you have to be. You have to be flexible in your week and what you want to do, you know. So yeah, that's it so far, you know, and we'll just sort of see where it goes from there, you know. Yeah, it seems to be quite a few boats out and about now. Now that the morning has passed. Well, not that morning, but it's obviously, like I say, it's knocking on about like 10 o'clock now. So yeah, a lot of people are getting out and about, and they're moving on to their next destination. I suspect quite a number of people are heading south. It looks like a lot of people are heading that direction today, which is good, you know. And I wish them well over the next couple of days if that weather front does hit. But yeah, we'll just sort of take it easy and see what happens, and take it from there. So yeah, all's going good, and looking forward to wherever I moor up tonight, you know. But I think the next thing will be Ludham Bridge. You know, will I get under the bridge or will I not get under the bridge, you know? Will I have to mess around with screens and lower all that sort of stuff to get under, or will I be able to slip under without any problems and get through with these? We shall see. But I shall keep you updated, and we will see where the day takes us, and yeah, we'll see what adventures await us up the River Ant today, if I manage to get under there. You know, I did think about actually going to see if I could get in at Ranworth, because I do quite like the Maltster's pizza, but I don't even know if their pizza place is actually open at the moment, you know. But a beer and a pizza on a Sunday, possibility. But yeah, so yeah, that's the update so far. Continuing around the River Bure, I will shortly be passing St Bennet's and then up the River Ant, and we'll take it from there. So I'll keep you updated. So until then, bye for now. So until later, cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. Oh my goodness, it's all happening this morning. I came across the River Bure, I passed St Benet's Abbey, and I got to the mouth of the river, and I was going to turn right onto it, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on with this guy, you know? He's sitting right at the mouth with his nose right in at the reeds, right across the entrance, you know? And I was thinking, oh my goodness, you know, no idea what's going on. As it turns out though, he's broke down. He's got an issue with his boat, he's got no steering whatsoever, he can't do anything, he's dropped his mud weight, and that's it. He's stuck there, waiting on recovery. Herbert from Herbert Woods. So yeah, it's going to get a bit busy down on the Ant there, because you can only get one boat past them at a time, and right on the mouth of the Ant, you know, there's a lot of boats coming down, there's boats going to want to come up, there's boats so it's going to be a bit chaotic down there just momentarily. So I'm quite glad I got past them without any issues before everybody just got down there. So yeah, that's I hope he gets himself sorted though, you know, and I hope it's nothing too serious, you know. But I'm sure he'll be fine, you know. If it's a Herbert Woods boat, you know, they'll send out a recovery boat to probably just tow him back up to the boat yard. They'll give him another boat, or get the boat lifted out and figure out what's going on with the rudder, you know, because I'm assuming it's a rudder issue, you know. So yeah, I got past them. I am currently up the River Ant, and like I said, there's a lot of boats heading down the River Ant at the moment, but hopefully this could be good. This could be good. This could mean that if there's a lot of boats going down the River Ant, that means there's not that many boats up the River Ant, and I might actually be able to get in at Neatishead, and that would be good, you know. And if I can get in at Neatishead, that might mean I can even get an electricity post. Fantastic, you know. Yeah, get up there, get moored up, have a shower, get changed, and then I can decide what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. Maybe even take a wee saunter down to the Fudge Lady and get myself some fudge. And oh, here's the first of the bridge markers, so I need to see if I can actually slip under the bridge. But if the big flybridge crews are getting under, hopefully I should get in. Hold on a wee second. Okay, that's looking like about 8.6 by the looks of things. So 8.6. This could be, you know, I am currently about 8.5 with the screens up, so I should, in theory, be able to get under. Or is it 8.6? No, actually, it's probably less than that. It's probably about 8 feet. Oh, this could be interesting. This could be very interesting. You know, I do know that the bridge height markers are slightly out. So yeah, I might actually still be able to get under, but I'm going to have to figure things out. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Hopefully we'll get under and there'll be no problems. But yeah, until later, I shall speak to you soon. So, and this just reminds me, I totally didn't unlock that back door. Bugger. Alright, okay, so I'm going to go away, slip under the bridge, and I'll speak to you later. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! my god, I cannot believe it. I was just saying to you about how it was quite a good thing that all the boats were going down the River Ant. I would be able to, you know, maybe get spaces up the River Ant. Well, I slept under Ludham Bridge and there was tons of them, not a problem whatsoever. But I got under Ludham Bridge and oh my goodness, it looks like there's been an organised event going on, and it is absolutely loaded with kayakers. Loads and loads of them. So I'm trying to get past all the kayakers slowly, you know, because I don't want to upset them with the wash of my boat. So I'm crawling up the river trying to get past them, but I've still got all the boats coming down. The kayakers are going in the same direction as me, you know, and some of them are all over the place, and it's just like, oh, give me sailing boats, give me sailing boats, at least I can predict sailing boats, you know. But oh my goodness, there is loads of them, you know. I must have passed a dozen or so already, and all I can see is more and more and more further up the river, you know. And oh my god, and like I say, I'm still having to contend with boats coming down the river, you know, and it's just like, oh, so it's turning into quite an eventful trip up the River Ant this morning, you know. I thought I was going to be nice and chilled and relaxed and peaceful and stress free and all, you know. I'm like, oh, you know. But we are getting through them, some of them are pulling, when they see me trying to come up, they're pulling to the side and all that, and getting away, you know. And yeah, we are making our way through them. Like I say, I'm trying to keep the speed really low and passing them widely so that I don't upset their boats with my wash. So we're just taking it nice and steady, nice and gently, and yeah, you know. I mean, I think it'll be great fun for the kids and all that, because there's a lot of kids out and that, you know, being supervised by adults in other boats. But yeah, great event, you know. It's just like, obviously, me just trying to get up the River Ant and get past them all, you know, without upsetting them, and, you know, not blocking the river for the boats coming down the other way. And it's just like, oh, it's all happening this morning, people. It's all happening this morning. Oh, maybe I should have been, I'd have been better off going down south and dealing with the the high winds over the next couple of days, you know. I'd have probably been less stressed. But yeah, I think I'm past the majority of the group. So that's, like I say, I've just gone under Ludham Bridge. There was loads of room, there was not an issue whatsoever. So we slept under, and we're continuing up the River Ant, and we're going to see where we go. So everything is going spot on so far, so no problems there. So yeah, oh, and there's me, I turned the corner and there's more of them. Oh my god, you know. Right, anyway, so yeah, that's the update so far. Everything's going swimmingly, despite the fact that it's adding a little excitement and adventure to my relaxing day 2 adventure. But yeah, everything's going good. Should hopefully be approaching How Hill, and we'll probably just keep on going on up the river. And I've still not decided if I'm going to Neatishead or if I'm going to keep on going up the river, because let's face it, it is, I mean, it's only 10:30, you know, so it's like still very, very early, you know. So we've still got plenty of time to decide what we're going to do and where we're going to go, and you know, I've got tons of time to do yet, loads more yet. So yeah, we shall wait and see. So I'll keep you updated on the events of the day, so until later, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. That is me finally past all those kayakers at last, and oh my goodness, there was a whole load of them. You know, it was pretty full on at times, and it was quite challenging as well occasionally, but we got by them, and hopefully we didn't disturb them too much, and some of them were even nice enough that when they saw that I was sitting behind them, pulled over to the side and let me gently cruise on past them. So yeah, everything was spot on, and we got past them. There's still a load of boats going down. I'm still not seeing anybody coming up the river at the moment. So yeah, it's all going very nicely, and the river Ant is, despite it being overcast and a wee bit chilly, you know, it's lovely. That the greenery is still in the trees, offering a little shelter. You know, not that there's much wind about at the moment, but it is supposed to be picking up. But I'll keep an eye on the weather, and I know I'm going to go on about the weather for the next couple of days, so just bear with me, okay? I need to know I made the right decision, you know? But any excuse to come up the river Ant, because my idea previously that involved going south and visiting other places would have meant that I wouldn't have actually made it up the river Ant this week. So I'm quite glad that's actually changed, you know. And you know what it's like. I can go up, I can go down, I can go left, right, you know, just take it easy. See where the day takes us, you know. So all is going swimmingly. Like I say, we made it past the kayakers, we passed Halve Hill, and we are just shortly approaching Ørsted, you know. And at that point I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to have a nice short cruising day and stop at Neatishead, or if I'm going to keep on going maybe up to Stalham, Sutton, or even Dillon. You know, I've still not decided yet. It's a Sunday and they do roast dinners at various places. I do believe the Sutton Hotel is supposed to be very good for a roast dinner. I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for a roast dinner, if I'm not honest. I'm not really much of a Sunday dinner type person. I like my junk food too much. But we shall wait and see. We shall wait and see. Take it nice and easy. So yeah, everything is going swimmingly. The river Ant, now that I've passed all the kayakers and a majority of the boats heading down, just in time for me to start encountering all the fishermen and the fishing boats and the wild moorings with fishing rods and everything like that, sticking out into the river. So it's all round, it's a pretty challenging journey up the river Ant this morning, but I'm still enjoying it and it's still great fun. So yeah, in the meantime I'm going to go. I'm not going to babble too much. I'll go there now, and hopefully I shall be up at Ørsted, and by that time I shall have made my decision if I am going to or made my decision about where I am going to go, and if I want to finish the day's journey already, you know. And it's just like, really? I'm really going to do that? You know, I'm going to finish my day's journey already, you know? We shall wait and see. So keep you updated on the events of the day, and until later, I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. That is me at Eisteddfod. That means that the time has come at some point to decide what I'm gonna do. Where am I gonna go? The time is currently, well, it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. Yeah, I am definitely going to arrive here too early if I go to Neatishead. But I will get in at Neatishead, and I will maybe even have my choice of moorings at Neatishead, and I can maybe hook up to the electric post at Neatishead and just have a Sunday chill, basically. I could do that. A nice easy Sunday relaxing, you know, and then sort of wait and see how things sort of progress and just sort of take it easy for the day. Yeah, I might do that. I mean, I could keep on going up to Sutton, you know, have lunch up there, or I could go to Neatishead, have lunch and then move on. I might actually even do that. Actually try a wild mooring somewhere on the River Ant, assuming I can find one, you know, if the fishermen haven't already taken it all. But yeah, I'm still unsure, you know, to tell you the truth. I like the idea of going to Neatishead. I love that little stay there. This time of day I'll definitely be able to get a mooring there, you know. White Horse, can't really go wrong with it. Maybe a Sunday dinner, maybe something from their German Fest menu or something else. You know, it's all very tempting, the White Horse, you know, much like the Lion, you know. But then again, you know, Sutton, it's further up the river, but it's only like about another 45 minutes up the river, you know, so it swings and roundabouts, you know. I'm definitely going to arrive at my mooring, wherever I decide, too early. But yeah, well, we'll wait and see. So yeah, that is me at Eisteddfod, and I do love this little wee stretch of the river here. There's some beautiful houses up at Eisteddfod, you know, and I do keep my eye on one. You know, it's got a lovely sort of thatched roof, and it's got windows right on the river front, and you know, it would be an amazing property to stay in, you know. But I'll bet you it also not only has a large price tag attached to it, I bet you it would be quite expensive on the upkeep, you know. But it is a lovely house. It's a gorgeous house. I do like that house, definitely, you know. Always like that house, every time I come past it, you know. But yeah, like I say, we are currently going through Eisteddfod. We will soon be approaching Barton Broad, and it is at that point that I need to make my decision about what I'm going to do and where am I going to go. So yeah, but I'll keep you updated. And we'll see what happens when I leave Eisteddfod. Will I keep on going straight, or will I turn left? Watch this space. Who am I kidding? I'm not kidding anybody. I know exactly where I'm going to go. No, I don't know. No. I know where I want to go, but first world problems for myself. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. I shall keep you updated, and I'll speak to you soon. So until later, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. That is me moored up at Neatishead, as if there was any doubt. Got in here, no problems, and there is actually plenty of spaces here that I had hoped. A couple of boats around, I should say, but came down the dike, slipped in, no problems, right by the electricity post, plugged in, and yeah, that's me sorted. So all is good, you know. So yeah, and actually it was quite a pleasant wee morning cruise up the river. It got a wee bit busy and hectic, admittedly, down the bottom end of the river, and with that broken down boat and then the kayakers, but we got up, got through, no problems, and it was actually quite a lovely wee cruise. The weather is actually turning into a really nice day, and had I gone south it would have actually been quite a nice wee cruise down south today. But like I said earlier, it's not so much going down south today that was the issue, it's the way the weather's going to turn in the next few days. And this is a big boat, it's a heavy boat, and considering I had issues last night trying to moor her up by myself, I decided better safe than sorry. So yeah, we're up at Neatishead, you know, and that can only mean the White Horse tonight, and maybe even sample some of their German festival food this evening. I could sample some of their German themed beers that they've also got on later tonight, but quite frankly they've also got Whisky Cask Cider on permanent tap now, much like the Lion. So can I really forego that? See, not so sure about that. But yeah, it is currently lunchtime, so it's probably a wee bit too early to go and get anything to eat just now. As in like my dinner or anything like that. So I'm gonna get myself organised. I need a shower and change, because literally I got up this morning and just fired some clothes on straight out the gate, so to speak. So yeah, I need to get myself organised, need to get myself cleaned up, you know. And yeah, it was a lovely wee cruise this morning, and I really quite enjoyed that. I will say this is the end of day 2, even though it's only lunchtime. It has been a lovely morning cruise. I might come back later. If I get up to anything else, I will take you along with me. The Fudge Lady is somewhere that I might actually decide. I don't know if you can see. You go straight up to the end of the mooring, and you would turn right to go to the White Horse, but if you turn left and follow that road down, you come to a wee house with a set of shelves and plastic containers, and they're all filled with different flavours of fudge. And it's basically, they do one of these, it's not a loyalty box, it's you know, you take the fudge you want, and then you put the money through a wee letterbox for the fudge. And it's actually very good fudge, I must admit. You know, I do like to nip down to the Fudge Lady and sample some of our interestingly flavoured delights occasionally, you know. So yeah, that's me all sorted. So I'm going to go away and get myself fixed up, figure out what's on the agenda for the rest of the day, figure out what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go. So if I am back later, I will see you later. If not, I hope you've enjoyed this rather short cruise, but enjoyable cruise nonetheless. So if I don't come back, I'll see you tomorrow at day 3, where I've no idea where I'm going to go at all, but I'm sure we'll get up to some more delights. As long as I don't drink too much, because that Whisky Cask Cider, that's lethal stuff, man, you know. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the adventure so far, and I'll maybe speak to you later, and if not, I'll see you at day 3. So until later, bye for now. Cheers! Hello YouTube! How are we doing this evening? Are we all doing alright, eh? Oh my goodness me. I am so fucking pissed, by the way. Oh my goodness me. Help me! I am going to be so hungover. I am going to be so hungover. I've even got a hangover just now. Right now. Just like, hey, yeah. I've got a cuppa on the way, but to tell you the truth, I am so tipsy currently that I can barely even see the cup of tea that I've just made, and it's taken me like half an hour to make this cup of tea because I can barely actually make a cup of tea right now. And I'm currently quite glad that I can put you on a wee tripod and not have to hang on to you while I talk, because I think I'm quite pissed at the moment. Yeah, it's been a wonderful evening, by the way, and I have to admit it's been rather great, you know, because I came into Neatishead, right, very early, by the way, you know. I'll admit, I turned up at Neatishead very early, you know, and it was like, well, what the hell am I gonna do now, you know, because I turned up at Neatishead just about lunchtime, you know, and what the hell am I gonna do? Because it was like, it felt like I was like too early up at Neatishead, you know, because I left Acle, you know, and I took a nice wee saunter up the river, you know, and it was a good wee saunter up the river, and I quite enjoyed it, you know. But I got to Neatishead, you know, really, if all honesty, too early. But having said that, okay, right, I say that, you know, but I got to Neatishead about 12 o'clock, okay, right. It was about 12 o'clock by the time I got here, right. But if I'd been any later, okay, I would have struggled to get in here at Neatishead, you know, and I sure as hell wouldn't have got onto an electricity post. And an electricity post is quite a handy wee thing to get into, you know. So I got into Neatishead about 12 o'clock and I hooked up to the electricity post, and all's good, you know. So, but if I'd arrived here like even 2 hours later, alright, you know, I wouldn't have got in here, because by the time 3 o'clock had arrived, Neatishead stayed is fucking full, by the way. You know, there was boats on both sides of the place, you know, and when I turned up, Fair Marquee was on the other side, or at least one of the Fair Marquees was on the other side of the river, and it's been there all day, you know, before even I turned up, you know. So that's been there for God knows how long, you know, and I turned up here on the other side of the state, and I plugged in, he's plugged in, I plugged in, you know, to the electricity post, by the way. This is what I'm talking about when I say plugged in, you know. So it's like, oh my God, you know. And then it was a case of like, well, Fair Marquee's there, he's moored up, he's plugged in, I've moored up, and I've plugged in, you know. Everybody else, well, fuck you, pals. Get in where you can, you know. In honesty, you know, everybody got in no problems, and the state is full, but it's full because everybody's sort of got in at the the right spaces, if you like, you know. So it's not like there's a massive space between boats because some fucker's being sort of inconsiderate bastard. No. We're all being sensible here. So Neatishead stay, they're currently full, but everybody's being sensible with it, even though we've all arrived at different times for different reasons, you know. But yeah, it's a good wee sort of Admiral's tip that if you want to get the Neatishead stay, get here quite early if you can, especially during the sort of that sort of on-season time, you know. But I digress. I got in at Neatishead. I got a nice wee space and moored up, and I plugged into an electricity post, and everything's fine, you know. And I had a good wee relaxing afternoon. I went for a wee walk, which didn't really account for anything because I went to a walk for a shop for some coffee and I didn't get myself any coffee, but that's a topic for conversation for another time. I've got at least, I might not have coffee, but I have tea, and I need tea, by the way. And I was messaging some various peoples on Facebook, you know, and they said, hey, why don't we meet up since you're in the area? And I said, why not? You know, I'm planning on going to such and such a place anyway, the White Horse at Neatishead. And they said, well, we can meet you there, no problem. So I said, well, bring it on in. I can do that. So I met up with Lee and Karen Robinson. And I had actually bumped into Lee and Karen Robinson a couple of years ago, and they were a great couple. You know how sometimes, every so often, you meet people that sometimes is a bit of a struggle to talk to. Sometimes they can be quite like a, oh my god, just, this was a mistake, I don't want to be with you. You know, just be polite, but get the fuck out there ASAP. And then occasionally, you will, just occasionally, you will meet somebody that you will think, you know, actually, I like them, you know. I like talking to them. I like having a conversation with them, excuse me, by the way. And this happened a couple of years ago when I met Lee and Karen, you know. It was completely out of the blue, but I met them just very briefly. I think it was about a 15-20 minute conversation at the side of the river as I moored up. And they just happened to be on the rivers at the same time as me this week. And it was like, well, you've got to take the opportunity when you can. Because, quite frankly, okay, and this is the truth of the fact, okay, is that if you don't take the opportunity when I'm around, you never know when the opportunity will come back around. It could be a few weeks, it could be years. Sorry, I'm really sorry, you know, but it was very, very late, okay, and I blame several people who I will come back to. So, Lee and Karen are currently on evening shadow this week, and they said, well, look, you know, we'll come up and we'll see you. And I said, you know, cool, brilliant, bring it on, you know. I'm currently up at Neatishead. I plan on going to the White Horse Inn. Come away. And they, oh my goodness me, they did. They came away and they came up. And I've got to admit, I had an absolutely bloody fantastic evening with them. I chatted about cars and science fiction and boats and, you know, work and relationships and pets, and, you know, it was just fantastic, you know. And I hope I didn't make too much of an ass of myself. It's always a possibility. You know, but I had a brilliant time, you know, and we chatted and we talked, and, you know, the White Horse Inn, you know, it really was fantastic. You know, it really was. I mean, I think, if memory serves, Karen had the patty. I think I took a photo of that so you can see. Lee had the, what did Lee have? He had another starter. If Karen had the patty, what did Lee have? Oh, bugger me. I can't remember what Lee had. I know what Lee had. I took a photo of what Lee had, and I took a photo of what he had on the menu. Honestly, I can't remember, you know. But he had something that was... No, he had olives and hummus. That was it. That was his starter. Lee had olives for a starter, and Karen had patty for a starter. That was it, and it looked really, really nice. I was, what did I have for a starter? Oh, I had the Blood Mary prawn cocktail. That's what I had. But I spoke to Rachel, who is currently at the White Horse Inn, and, you know, I'm quite sure you are aware of Rachel from The Lion. Goodness me, this is bad. This is really, really bad. You can tell it's quite a late night for me. You know, I'm not used to staying up this late. But I spoke to Rachel about the bloody orange prawn cocktail. Because obviously I had that back in June, and I was admittedly a bit underwhelmed by it, you know. And she explained that it was supposed to be a bit spicy and a bit sort of, you know, a bit of a kick to it. And I was like, well, when I had it back in June, there was nothing special about it, you know. Not like your blood orange sausage roll that you did. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. I need my bed. I really need my bed, so I'll keep this short. So, yeah. So I was telling her about, you know, how this blood orange prawn cocktail back in June just wasn't up for it, and she said, you know, I'll make sure it's up for it, you know. And if I recommend that if you ever see the blood orange prawn cocktail at White Horse Inn, you know, make sure you speak to Rachel or maybe a manager, and make sure that you let them know that you want them to know that the Admiral says, you know, to make it with a kick, you know, i.e. Tabasco, chili, you know, sort of that, sort of like, you know, it really gives it. I mean, I don't know. I will admit, I'll put my hands up. I don't know what she said to the kitchen. I don't know if she ever said anything to the kitchen. Maybe what I had in June was just sort of like a one-off, or I don't know if tonight she actually said something specific to the kitchen. But the blood orange prawn cocktail, it was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic, by the way. Oh man, I took one bite out of that prawn cocktail and I was down in the Whisky Cask Cider just to sort of like, oh my god, I was like, shh, shh, you know, I was breathing fire, man, you know, even poor Karen and Lee on the other side of the table would like ducking, you know, through this, you know, because I was breathing the fire, and you know, it was just like, oh my god, it was absolutely fantastic. And that is what the difference between the blood orange prawn cocktail between June and October was, you know. Somebody actually turned around to the kitchen and said, look, you know, I know a lot of people don't like it spicy and or they don't really like a bit of a kick to it, but this guy, he likes a bit of a kick to his food, as should be, you know. I mean, let's face it, it's advertised as a blood orange prawn cocktail, so you would expect a bit of a kick to it, so kick it, you know. And oh my god, kick it they did. It was absolutely fantastic, you know. A right kick to the back of the throat, you know. So yeah, I enjoyed that, the salad, and everybody enjoyed their starters. It was absolutely fantastic starters. And in the main course, I decided to opt for the Bathurst hot dog with French fries for the main course. Doesn't sound very exciting, does it? But oh my god, you know something? I will tell you this, it was chili French fries as well, is that I ate most of the hot dog, if you like, you know, and I barely touched the French fries, you know. It was such an amazing combination, you know. I absolutely had a brilliant, I loved it. I really, really did love it, you know. You know, right now, at this moment, you know, on, I don't know why they're saying it's Sunday, isn't it? It's on currently Sunday the 3rd of October. Sunday the 3rd of October. You know, I can barely focus, by the way. You know, but I think Karen had a half a pizza and fries, and I can't actually remember what Lee had. I'm quite sure I took a photo of it, and I'm quite sure I took a photo of the menu selection that he had. And if I have, you'll probably have seen it by now, you know, while I'm rambling a whole load of shit. And I'm sorry, Lee and Karen, I can't remember exactly what you had. But I had the Bathurst hot dog as a main course. I had the blood orange prawn cocktail as a starter. You guys, I'm quite sure had whatever, you know, whether that was pate or olives and pizza and chips, and what did you have, Lee? Oh Christ, I feel quite rotten because I should know what you had more than anybody else, even myself. I should know, but whatever it was, it looked fantastic, it tasted fantastic, it was brilliant. You know, I took photos of it, you know, but quite frankly, you know, let's be honest here, okay, people, okay, and we need to be honest here, alright, okay, because I'm heading to bed just directly. I'm pissed. Not because of the half pizza and chips that Karen had, not because of the olives that Lee had, you know, not because of the hot dog with proper sausage and sauerkraut and chips and cabbage and that I had, which by the way was absolutely fantastic, by the way. I mean, it was just like amazing, you know. No, it's because that goddamn whiskey cider knocks you for six, but you never really quite realise it until you walk out the place. I was quite happy talking shite with Lee and Karen, and I think Lee and Karen were like sort of sympathetic towards me. You know, they were like, yeah, okay, you get slightly pissed, okay, but I'll just sort of nod. You know, so yeah, they were a lovely couple, and just for official record's sake, Lee and Karen are actually syndicate members on the boat Evening Shadow, which is moored next to me in the marina in Horning, so essentially they are my neighbours, you know. But it was the first time in a long time, probably about 3 years or so, that we've actually had the opportunity to properly share, you know, a pint together. And yeah, it was a fantastic evening. We had a great time, you know. It was thoroughly enjoyed by, well, at least by me. I'm not sure about Lee, and I'm quite sure Karen was like, oh man, I just want to go home now. Maybe not, you know, but considering that she was probably the sober one out of us trio, and she probably just wanted to go home and crack open a bottle of wine so she could get a bit tipsy, you know. Yeah, it was maybe a wee bit unfair on Karen, so I apologise, Karen, you know, I'm sorry, but Lee, Karen, it really was a fantastic evening. I had a brilliant time, you know, and there's no hilarity tonight, by the way, you know, because quite frankly, you know, I'm about ready to pass out because I've copious amounts of Whisky Cask Cider. You know, I can barely talk, you know, I can barely walk, you know, and I can even barely see. It's taken me half an hour to bloody send a message on WhatsApp, you know, but all is good. So yeah, I am going to go. The time is actually, to tell you the truth, the time is currently midnight. That's how late it is. It's got really stupid fucking o'clock. Much later than it should have been. So I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna call it a night, you know, because it is stupid o'clock. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It has actually, I know it hasn't seemed like it, okay, because it was just like blah, 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 blah. I'm up at Neatishead. Good night. Good day at like lunchtime. But it has actually been a very, very good day. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I have no idea where the hell I'm going to go tomorrow, but I'm going to go the night, okay, because it's been a good night and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. So if you have been watching, thank you very much, and join me again for day 3 of the Great Norfolk Broads adventure, where we go no fucking idea. That's where we're going. We're going to no fucking idea. So yeah, I hope to see you tomorrow. So until later, thanks for watching. It's been a hell of a blast. I've had a brilliant night. I'm pissed. I'm gonna go away and look forward to the hangover. Not. So I will see you tomorrow, and I hope all is well. And thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. So until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you've enjoyed the day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Cheers!